Tennessee got some great injury news last week. I'm going to tell you why it's important and why the Vols don't have to rush this particular player back anytime soon. Hey, Lucas Panzica here from 104.5 The Zone and A to Z Sports. So when Josh Heupel opened up training camp with a press conference a couple of weeks ago, one of the highest items on the priority list was the status of cornerback Jermod McCoy. Heupel then on that Tuesday said there was no timetable on McCoy's injury, the Tennessee All-American cornerback, the Oregon State transfer that starred in the 2024 season and then tore his ACL during off-season workouts in January. Well, the Vols got good news last week as Jermod McCoy returned to the practice field doing individual drills, and his workload has gradually increased day by day since that point. So the benefit here is obvious that Tennessee gets arguably the best player on the roster back on the practice field. When you look at NFL draft boards for the 2026 draft going into the season, there is no Tennessee player anywhere close to a first-round grade other than Jermod McCoy, who has the potential to be one of the best cornerbacks in all of college football this season. So that is an obvious plus. But here's the best part about this. Jermod McCoy does not have to rush his way back to being on the field week one in that Syracuse game in Atlanta. Why? Because Tennessee has done a nice job, maybe better than any other position in the offseason, at making sure its cornerback depth is adequate via the transfer portal. Bringing in Colton Hood, the Colorado transfer, who played opposite Travis Hunter last season. What does that mean? That means he's used to getting a lot of attentions, and the numbers were fantastic for Hood, and he has been shining so far in fall camp in Knoxville. Of course, the Vols also bring back Ricky Gibson. In fact, Tennessee defensive backs coach Willie Martinez met with the media the other day and said something very interesting about his cornerback room. Martinez said that down the stretch last season, Ricky Gibson was Tennessee's most consistent cornerback on the outside, not Jermod McCoy. That bodes very well for this Tennessee cornerback room. Not to mention the freshman in Ty Redmond that this staff really likes, that has all the physical tools. Other players that are coming into another year in this program, like Caleb Beasley, that can play cornerback, that can play safety. We'll see what happens with Boo Carter in that defensive backfield, but Jalen McMurray is another guy that can shift over to that cornerback spot. The point is, Tennessee has depth, and Tennessee has options at just about every spot in the defensive backfield, which affords them the luxury of not having to rush back Jermod McCoy, of not having to risk injury for Jermod McCoy by putting him on the field week one if he's not ready. I don't know when McCoy will be back. It might be week 3, the SEC opener against Georgia. It might have to be after that. But Tennessee has the ability to make sure that when the best player on this team does return to the field in 2025, he's going to do it at 100%. Right now, it looks like he's on track to help this football team.